Relax yourself, close your eyes, and take a few deep, cleansing breaths. You drift slowly, quieting your mind, allowing all thoughts to fade. You feel as though you are floating slowly down to the earth, drifting. As your vision clears, you notice that you can feel a soft breeze caressing your face, and you can smell the heady scent of sweet, damp fall grass. Your eyes begin to focus, and you realize that you are in a field. To your right is a well made of stones and with a thatched roof. It has a wooden bucket attached to a rope on an arm. At the edge of the field is a dark forest that is familiar to you. There is just the smallest sliver of moon in a crystal clear sky above you, and you know the moon will be dark soon. You turn and take note of the well from which you seem to travel back and forth. Turning, you also make note of the forest and your surroundings. There is a touch of frost covering the trees and ground. All around you is silence, and you feel that the winter must be approaching. The air is crisp and cool, as though it might even snow. As you make your way across the field to the tree line, you notice that there is a path just in front of the forest. You don't remember seeing this path on your last journey. As you look down the path, you realize that it looks more like a dirt road than a path, and it appears to lead around a slight bend. You can't see where it ends. As you stand there for a moment, you feel the familiar rise in your curiosity that compels you to explore the path to see where it leads. You begin to walk, and even though you can't see more than a few feet ahead, your feet begin to move faster. Before you know it, you are walking toward the bend. As you walk, you feel the cold wind rustling the leaves in the trees. It is a chilling wind, and you shiver as the cold passes through you. You begin to notice it is becoming darker as you move further down the path. You feel both curious and afraid as you continue to walk down the path. You notice the trees and that each one you see pass seems older than the one before it. You study them as you walk along, seeing that each one of them is unique and unlike the others. They have thick black trunks and thick branches that bend and sway in the cold wind. The leaves occasionally fall and swirl about you, almost as if they are playing with you. Soon you begin to wonder if you are moving through time and space. Continuing on, you notice that the tree branches are becoming more gnarled, and they are beginning to block out the light from overhead. Now you can barely make out the path ahead, and you feel anxiety coming and going as you try to remain calm. Just then, you notice a small cottage on the side of the road. For a moment, the feeling of soothing comfort washes over you because there is someone nearby who might help you. The fire inside the cottage is lighting the windows, and it looks inviting. You can feel the muscles in your body begin to relax further. You reach the cottage door and peer into the window that is alongside of it. All you see, though, is the glowing light. You must be brave and knock on the door without knowing what you will find inside of it. You move in front of the door and take a moment to breathe. As you do, you focus on the door, observing that it has some unique markings. Take a moment to study the door and the carvings you see there. Take note of everything you see. When you have committed it to memory, knock on the door 3 times. Each time you knock, notice how the knocker seems to fall heavier and louder than the time before, even though you put no more strength into it than the last one. Just as you finish the 3rd knock, you hear the latch swing open, and the door moves to the side. But no one is behind the door. Cautiously, you enter the room and peer around. The cottage appears to be empty. Slowly you enter the cottage and close the door behind you. The warmth of the room is revitalizing. You lean into the door for a moment and take in the surroundings. The room is cozy and filled with books and other things. After a moment, you make your way toward the fire. You can already begin to feel its warmth upon your face and hands. As you move slowly across the room, take note of the items in the room, paying close attention to anything that speaks to you. Make your way to the fire and feel its welcoming warmth. Push the chill from your body, leaving a feeling of peace behind. As you stand there by the fire, feeling its warmth caressing your skin, make note of the mantle and the items on it. As you feel your body relaxing and warming, you realize you have overlooked something. There is someone sitting at a window by the far table, half in shadow and half in light. You are startled for a moment, but do not feel threatened. This person has been quietly waiting for you to warm yourself, and now you are being invited to approach and take a seat at the table. You walk to the table and sit down opposite the person, who then offers you a cup of warm liquid. You take it with thanks. Study the person in front of you. Take in the details of their dress, hair, eyes, and anything else that seems to stand out to you. Make sure to pay extra attention to the way they are dressed, any markings they have, or information that they give you. After a moment, introduce yourself and ask them for their name. Ask this person how they will aid you in better understanding yourself. Wait to see if they say anything further. If not, begin by asking them what aspect of you they are here to represent, and wait quietly to see if this person will speak with you. When a conversation has ended, thank the person for aiding you on your journey and ask how you may call upon their help again. You may be given a symbol, name, or specific way in which to call on them when you need to do work with them. Remember what it is they tell you. When you are finished, get up from the table, bow in reverence to your host, and offer your thanks. Then return to the other side of the room, open the door, and leave the room. Make sure you close the door as you leave and go back out onto the path. Travel back down the path in the same way as which you entered the forest. Take your time. Notice the trees and the leaves again. Notice that the wind is not nearly as brisk and that everything seems as quiet and content as you are. As you walk, take note of any changes in the landscape that may have occurred. Don't hurry. Think on what information you were given and note how much calmer and more relaxed you feel now. Understand how the darkness and the thick forest no longer seem to cause you anxiety. Soon you reach the field. To your right, you see the forest in which the mirror lives and the well that you must go to now. Walk back to the well. Look around at your surroundings. Breathe and center yourself for a moment and let yourself absorb all that has transpired. Feel calm and exhilarated for what you have just accomplished. When you are ready, use the arm crank to pull up the bucket from within the well. Take a sip of the refreshing waters and feel yourself come back to your body. Take your time and feel your body reawaken.